A pleasant day, Davao de Oro, and to all Z-eskwela listeners, especially to the grade 12 students who are listening to us right now, on the radios at home, and joining with us with our Facebook Live. We are glad to be with you for at least an hour for a new and exciting discussion in computer system servicing. Good morning. We hope everybody's prepared with pens, record notebooks, and modules. Making sure you already ate your breakfast as we get through with our discussion. So, are you ready for today's class? That's good to know. Now, brace yourself as we get along with today's topic. Ready? Once again, hello and good morning. Before we start to introduce to you the topic this morning, let us first have a quick review of the previous lesson. In our previous lesson, you have learned and identified the basic parts of a computer system unit. And that includes the motherboard, the power supply, the processor, CPU fan, the hard drive, the video card, and the data bus. Can you still remember the input, the output, and the storage devices of a computer system? What are those? Very good. For input, we have a keyboard, mouse, and a joystick. For output, we have printer, monitor, and speaker. For storage, we have hard drive, optical media disc, and the flash drive. You have also learned the difference between the hardware and the software. Am I right? Hardware in computer term refers to anything that is tangible, like the monitor, the system unit, and the rest of the computer peripherals. Software, on the other hand, are programs or instructions that tells the computer how to interact with the rest of the devices. Well now, I guess you're ready. So ready your pens, notebook, and modules as we begin with our new discussion. Now, we will discuss with you the basic tools, equipment, testing devices, and safety operation in servicing the computer system unit. We hope that at the end of this lesson, you will be able to, number one, enumerate the basic tools, equipment, testing devices, and two, to understand the basic safety measures in servicing the system unit. Now, we will discuss with you the tools, equipment, testing devices, and safety operation in servicing the computer system unit. We hope that at the end of this session, you will be able to enumerate the basic tools, equipment, and testing devices, and to understand the basic safety measures in servicing the computer system unit. Are you ready for the discussion of our new topic? Great! This morning, we will discuss with you LO1, Assemble Computer Hardware of Install and Configure Computer Systems, ICCS competency, focusing on Learning Outcome 1.5, obtaining the tools, equipment, and testing devices needed to carry out installation work in accordance with established procedures and check for correct operation and safety. But before that, let me ask you, have you experienced servicing the computer system unit and disassembling its part? What precautionary measures did you consider before doing the job? Very good. You unplugged the machine to the outlet. Did you know that there are other considerations before servicing the system unit? Yes, there are, and we will know them as we dig deep in our discussion. So learners, be excited. The most common tools in computer system servicing are: number 1, Phillips screwdriver. Number 2, flathead screwdriver. Number 3, a long nose plier. Number 4, soldering iron. And 5, anti-static device. Let's talk about its purpose. A Phillips screwdriver, also known as crosshead, is the most basic tool for service technician. Flathead screwdriver. This screwdriver have a chisel-shaped blade which spans the width of the screw's head. This also known as flat screw. Longness plier. A plier having long, pointed jaws, used in tight spaces and for manipulating small objects, especially for bending and cutting electrical wires. Soldering iron is used to join 2 or more metal conductors. Anti-static device, or commonly known as anti-static restaurant, is a simple device that prevents the electrostatic discharge, thus helps us stay safe while the electronic device too remains protected. For computer equipment, we have number 1, a desktop computer or sets of PC, like the monitor, system unit, keyboard, and the mouse. Number 2, printer. 3, speaker. And 4, a modem. Now let's talk about its function. A monitor, LCD or LED, displays data into a screen so the user can interact with the information via digital interface. System unit is where all other internal components are connected, like the motherboard, RAM, power supply, memory, and processor. Keyboard allows user to input information and instruction. Mouse is a pointing device that allows user to navigate the system. Printer takes electronic data sent from a computer and generate a hard copy. Computer speaker is a device that transforms a signal from a computer sound card into audio. Modem. Modems converts digital signal to analog signals, transmit them, and then convert them to analog signal back to digital signal. Also, this device allows a given computer to share data. For testing devices, we have number 1, electronic multimeter. 2, a screwdriver tester. And 3, LAN or network tester. Now let's talk about the function. Multimeter is used to measure electrical voltage, current, resistance, and other values. The screwdriver tester is an electrical tool like screwdriver, which is used to test the condition of an electrical voltage and various electrical equipment. LAN tester. This ergonomic tester is designed to test most network wirings or cable. Again, The tools necessary to carry out the disassembling and assembling of system unit are Phillips screwdriver, flat head screwdriver, long nose plier, and anti-static device. For equipment, we have sets of PC or the desktop computer, like the monitor, system unit, the mouse, and the keyboard. We have the printer and the modem. For testing devices, we have multimeter, a screwdriver tester, and LAN tester. Okay, and now, what about the safety or the precautionary measures in performing the job? Before you begin disassembling your computer system unit, allow me to give you the list of the basic safety measures or the precautionary measures in servicing the system unit. We have letter A, read and follow manufacturer manual. B, turn off or unplug the computer before servicing the system unit. C, remove any metal objects in your arms or in your finger to avoid electric shock. D, use magnetic screwdriver for electronic safety. E, hold the electronic device or devices properly. F, use anti-static mat. G, take away any liquid like water, juices, and soft drinks in your working area or workplace. H, use personal protective equipment in accordance to the job requirement. I, use anti-static device. J, make sure that the pins and other wires are properly aligned or connected.
Stay tuned and we will be right back.
The Radyo Z-eskwela program of the Division of Davao de Oro is being brought to you by Nueda Builders Construction and Supply Incorporated, Maverick Builders Incorporated, Mitch Construction and Supply, Archicons Architectural Construction and Supply, DB Construction and Supply, Hanaway Builders Corporation, Phoenix Corvada Tagum Gasoline Station, Master Construction and Supplies, Mackenzie Builders, GP&H Construction Incorporated, Metro Gear Construction Corporation, NEN Builders and Development Services Corporation, Max Mays Enterprises Incorporated, We Inc. Construction Company, Rangay Construction and Supply, East Sussex Enterprise, WM Construction, Councilor Boogie and Miss Marjorie Vertodazo, Icon Builders and Supply, and Apex Mining Company Incorporated.
Learners, we are back.
Now, let's dig deep. A, read and follow manufacturer manual. Every electronic equipment or component have its own guidelines. Always adhere to the manual. B, always turn off or unplug the computer before servicing the system unit. It is always safe for you and for the computer or the electronic component if you unplug it first before servicing or replacing any parts. C, remove any metal objects in your arms or in your finger to avoid electric shock. Remove bracelets, ring in your finger, and watches. Because even if your computer is unplugged, there may still be some remaining electric charge. If applicable, use a magnetic screwdriver. Some screw holes are small and hard to reach. To ease the situation, magnetic Phillips screwdriver hold it for you. Use anti-static method. This helps component to properly rest in place and avoid electrostatic discharge. G. Take away any liquid in your working area or workplace. It is a standard operating procedure in any computer laboratory, most especially in working area, not to bring any liquid or water, especially if you're servicing the system unit. H. Use personal protective equipment in accordance to the job requirement. Use gloves, computer apron, and eye protection glass to avoid injury. I. Always use anti-static device. An anti-static restaurant can protect the PC from all kinds of electrostatic damages. While working on PC, the ground of the restaurant is attached to the computer chassis to protect the computer. J. Make sure that the pins and other wires are properly aligned or connected. Ensure that there is no lost contact of wires to avoid short circuit. So, remember, always apply precautionary measures before working on any electrical or electronic components and follow the safety protocols. And before we proceed, let's have a review. What are the tools necessary to complete the task requirement in computer assembly? Again, what are the tools and equipment necessary to complete the task requirement in computer assembly? Great! Those are Phillips screwdriver, flathead screwdriver, long nose pliers, and anti-static device. For equipment, we have PC or desktop computer. We have the printer, the speaker. How about the testing devices? We have the multimeter, the screwdriver tester, and the lamp tester. Now let me ask you, have you experienced working on something either at home or in school only to find out that you don't have the right tools on hand? Having a right tool like screwdriver and pliers are all common devices that everyone has around in their homes and in their laboratories. Of course, we all know that using the right tool is important, because if you don't, failure leads its way and you might turn your head around because it is hard to remove the screws from the unit. That's why it is necessary to prepare the tools before performing the job. Ensuring you have the right tool will also reduce the amount of effort you need to consider before servicing the computer system unit. Remember, applying safety and taking precautionary measures is your duty of care, and not a choice.
For additional information, let us listen to IT Tech Tips for Safety Measures, or OHSP.
Here are the 12 OHS policies that we should follow while performing different hands-on activities in computer system servicing. Number 1. Do not work alone, so there's someone who can take care of you in case of an emergency. Accidents can happen anywhere to anyone. Number 2. Always power up and unplug the computer before working on it. No one would like to be toasted alive. Number 3. Take away any liquid in your working area to avoid getting electrocuted or accidentally damaging the computer parts. In science, we learn liquids are good conductors of electricity. But the electric coolant solution is not. Number 4. Be careful with tools that may cause short circuits. It's better to buy good quality tools with anti-static features. Number 5. Always ground or discharge yourself before touching any parts of the computer. Pro tip: touch the power supply for at least 10 seconds and you'll be fine. Number 6. Do not use excessive force if things don't quite slip into place. Always look for the markings. Number 7. Clean the area before and after using it to maintain sanitation and prevent accidents. Remember, prevention is the best cure. Number 8. Hold the components on the edges and do not touch the integrated circuit parts. Number 9. Always wear your personal protective equipment in accordance with the organization's OHS procedures and policies. Number 10. Make sure that the pins are properly aligned when connecting a cable connector. Some pins can be bent easily and can be hard to be fixed. Number 11. Contingency measure during workplace accidents, fire, and other emergencies are recognized. Number 12. Use brush, compressed air, or blower in cleaning the computer system. Hold the fan in place to reduce the risk of static buildup to your system. To sum it all up, OHS policies are guidelines stated by the government to be adopted to every workplace for the safety of each employees, contractors, and visitors that are performing company-related activities. Now, as a student of computer system servicing, it is your responsibility to take an active role by documenting and assessing the risks and hazards that are visible in your laboratory, classroom, or even the school campus. Then, report it to the proper authorities like your teacher or advisor.
Now, if you have any questions about our discussion for today, you can leave a comment on our Facebook Live or in the Facebook account of Z Radio 88.5 and we'll answer that later on. So, I guess you're ready for the quiz. Yes. Now we will having a short break. So while on the break, kindly prepare a piece of clean paper for our evaluation later. Good luck and God bless.
Stay tuned and we will be right back.
The Radyo Z-eskwela program of the Division of Davao de Oro is being brought to you by Nueda Builders Construction and Supply Incorporated, Maverick Builders Incorporated, Mitch Construction and Supply, Archicons Architectural Construction and Supply, DB Construction and Supply, Hanaway Builders Corporation, Phoenix Corvada Tagum Gasoline Station, Master Construction and Supplies, Mackenzie Builders, GP&H Construction Incorporated, Metro Gear Construction Corporation, NEN Builders and Development Services Corporation, Max Mays Enterprises Incorporated, We Inc. Construction Company, Rangay Construction and Supply, East Sussex Enterprise, WM Construction, Councilor Boogie and Miss Marjorie Vertodazo, Icon Builders and Supply, and Apex Mining Company Incorporated.
Learners, we are back.
I'm back, learners. I guess you are quite excited and ready. Learners, please prepare a 1/4 sheet of paper and let us read the instructions together. Test 1, multiple choice. Choose the letter of the correct answer. Test 2, enumeration. Write your answer in a 1/4 sheet of paper. And let's get started. Test 1, number 1. A simple device that prevents the electrostatic discharge, thus helps us stay safe while the rest of the electronic device too remains protected? A. Anti-static wrist strap. B. Phillips screwdriver. C. UPS. Or D. Soldering iron. Again, number 1. A simple device that prevents the electrostatic discharge, thus helps us stay safe, while the rest of the electronic device too remains protected. A. Anti-static wrist strap. B. Phillips screwdriver. C. UPS. Or D. Soldering iron. Number 2. This device used to measure electrical voltage, current, amperage, resistance, and other values. A. Lamp tester. B. Multimeter, screwdriver tester. Or D. Network tester. Again, question number 2. This device used to measure electrical voltage, current, amperage, resistance, and other values. A. Lamp tester. B. Multimeter. C. Screwdriver tester. Or D. Network tester. Number 3 question. A computer equipment where all other internal components are connected, like the motherboard, the RAM, the power supply, the memory, and the processor. A. The monitor. B. System tools. C. System unit. Or D. System tray. Again, question number 3. A computer equipment where all other internal components are connected, like the motherboard, the RAM, the power supply, the memory, and the processor. A. Monitor. B. System tools. C. System unit. Or D. System tray. Number 4. PPE stands for A. Professional protective equipment. B. Personal protective equipment. C. Personal protector equipment. Or D. Personal protective environment. Again, question number 4. PPE stands for A. Professional protective equipment. B. Personal protective equipment. C. Personal protector equipment. Or D. Personal protective environment. Question number 5. A computer tool that is sometimes prone to slipping sideways out of the slot when a lot of pressure is applied. A. Longness plier. B. Phillips screwdriver. C. Flathead screwdriver. Or D. Soldering iron. Again, question number 5. A computer tool that is sometimes prone to slipping sideways out of the slot when a lot of pressure is applied. A. Longness plier. B. Phillips screwdriver. C. Flathead screwdriver. Or D. Soldering iron. Test 2. Enumeration. 1, 2, 3. Write at least 3 examples of computer tools. Again, 1, 2, and 3. Write at least 3 examples of computer tools. 4 and 5. Give the two example or give at least two example of computer testing device or devices. 4 and 5. Give two example of computer testing devices. 6 to 10. Write 5 basic safety measures in servicing the system unit. 6 to 10. Write 5 basic safety measures in servicing the system unit. Okay, let us check your work. We have the answer key. Test 1. Number 1, letter A. Number 2, letter B. 3, letter C. 4, letter B. And 5, letter C. Test 2. We have 1, 2, and 3. Either of the following. We have walnut plier, Phillips screwdriver, flat head screwdriver, soldering iron. 4 and 5. We have lab tester, the screwdriver tester, and multimeter. 6 to 10. Either of the following. A. Read and follow manufacturer manual. B. Turn off or unplug the computer before servicing the system unit. C. Remove any metal objects in your arms or in your finger to avoid electric shock. D. Use magnetic screwdriver for electronic safety. E. Hold the electronic devices properly. F. Use anti-static mat. G. Take away any liquid like water, juices, and soft drinks in your working area or workplace. H. Use personal protective equipment in accordance to the job requirement. I. Use anti-static device. J. Make sure that the pins and other wires are properly aligned or connected. Who among you got perfect? Very good. How about those students who got below the passing score? Good. Nothing to worry about. We still have plenty of quizzes on the preceding topics. Once again, congratulations everyone. Again, we hope that you were able to enumerate the basic tools, equipment, and testing devices. Also, we hope that you were able to understand the safety measures in servicing the system unit. You can put your comments, suggestions, and questions on our FB page. Thank you so much. Once again, thank you for listening, and see you in the next session through our radio-based instruction. I am teacher Argie Belandres from Kamanlangan National High School with a class on the air in grade 12 ICT CSS and C2. Good day.
Radyo Z-eskwela Executive Committee. The School's Division Superintendent, Eufemia T. Gamutin Seso 5. Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Romel R. Handayan. OIC Curriculum Implementation Division Chief, Karina S. Frasco. School Governance and Operations Division Chief, Dr. Ruben J. Riponte. Members: Cecilia Morales, Dr. Hilda A. Opeña, Dr. Arlene B. Lim, Dr. Eldecris B. Calzadora, Dr. Dexter A. Siquinia, Nohara O. Pinute, Noemi P. Canales, Dr. Grace D. Pontillas, Virgilito C. Pabrices, Juanito Lapiceros, Engineer Norberto S. Manlangit, Jomar M. Dumupoy, Bob Dalan S. Milabat, Medard T. Ampit, and Paz Eugenia Villusino. Technical Working Committee. Productions and Communications, Lorely E. Quijano, Given G. Hinampas, Judyland D.U., Donna D.T. Bolifer, Mary Rose N. Resma, Riwen Manuel, Irene Lea C. Manguhon, and Bessie Aya N. Baniez. Social Media and Packaging Team, Christian Anhara L. Martesio, William R. Ranara, Joan T. Iscoton, Roberto S. Acusar Jr., May B. Istanyol, Richard H. Arellano, Glee L. S. Blanco, Ralph A. Tabanyag, Angelo Gutierrez Jr., and Jade Karen Araiz.